Welcome back to WJZ. It is an alert day, a gloomy day here in Baltimore.
I know. We've had round after round of showers. Now the storm potential, Grace, is on the rise. We want folks to keep an eye on the forecast this evening for plans. We knew today was going to have impacts weather-wise because of the rain, sending those outdoor plans indoors. That's happened, but we also, second to that, we're a little concerned about the risk of severe weather, and now we're starting to see that risk climb a bit, especially on the west side of the metro. I can show you this on the big map right now. Baltimore City, pretty quiet right now, but you turn radar on, and we're tracking a line of storms moving in from western Pennsylvania into the western part of the state of Maryland into West Virginia. This line of storms has already downed numerous trees. We've had reports of damage with this straight line wind. Thankfully, though, it's moving into an environment that is not as favorable for severe weather, and that is good news. It means that the risk of, that type of damaging wind in the city of Baltimore is a little lower. But notice in purple there, that's a severe thunderstorm watch just to our west. Conditions favorable up to about Carroll County for some of these wind gusts, and then it'll drop off as this line of thunderstorms moves back into the city. Now we're tracking weather conditions that will still, even if there's no severe weather in the city, go downhill here over the next couple of hours. So keep that in mind. The risk of lightning will increase, at least some brief heavy rain, severe or not, enough bad weather to send some of those late outdoor plans back indoors. On First Alert Radar right now, we're going to zoom down in here. I want to track some of these storms moving in. The closest storm to the city of Baltimore is now moving into D.C. and is bound for the district inside the D.C. Beltway. Will remain south and southwest of Baltimore City. Nonetheless, storms that are just off to our west will race in here over the next several hours. And I can track this for you. Now moving through Martinsburg, West Virginia, back into portions of the Allegheny County area. And on their present heading, they will move into Frederick by 7:39, Baltimore by 8:31 at the latest. I would say the west side of town, storms picking up by 8 p.m. And then they'll be on the east side of town by maybe 10 p.m. and then moving on out of here, and we'll see conditions gradually improve late this evening and overnight tonight. Again, kind of a wall here where we had peaks of sunshine and temps in the 80s in western Maryland. Severe thunderstorm watch until 11 p.m. because the risk of severe weather a little greater. Where it's cooler and cloudier, city eastward, a lesser risk of severe storms. For the time being, right now, no severe thunderstorm watch. Though any storm that develops, severe or not, will produce lots of lightning and brief heavy rain. Wind gusts to 65 miles per hour, the greatest threat around that watch area, but a brief spin up tornado cannot be ruled out. Bottom line, have at least one way to get severe weather alerts. Hour by hour forecast, scattered showers now, but here comes the line. West Metro, Carroll County, Howard County by 8 p.m. into the core of the city by 8:30 to 9:30 in the evening. And as mentioned, 10 to maybe as late as 11 p.m. over on the eastern shore. Now we're not done with storms by that time, but as we get later in the evening, the risk of severe weather will go down. Just good old fashioned claps of thunder and brief heavy rainfall into the early hours of Monday morning. Temperatures out the door in the low to mid 70s as an average, though cooler in Bel Air, and it's going to be muggy out the door in the morning. Some lingering puddles, maybe a little slower for the early commuters, but overall rain will be gone by that point. Even some sunshine, 9, 10, 11 a.m. with temps back into the low to mid 80s, and it will be a much warmer day tomorrow. Highs in the upper 80s and lower 90s with some of the mugginess, probably feeling like it's in the mid 90s. 90 Easton your high, 89 Baltimore, 88 in Westminster, with again an isolated chance after 3 p.m. or so of some showers and pop-up thunderstorms. Not as wet as today, not a first alert weather day, and storms will be weaker, nonetheless not completely dry. Different though Tuesday, lots of sunshine. O's back in town, great weather for play there. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, humidity comes back. A few more showers and storms, not too hot, but it's muggy with that chance of afternoon storms through the end of the 7-day forecast. Grace.
All right, Cutter, thank you.